Hello and welcome. Still in Sydney, but the focus moves. The focus shifts to India's white ball because the team is supposed to be announced in the next 3 odd days. Possibly on the 12th, could be earlier, but definitely on the 12th because by the 13th, ICC will need a provisional this thing. Having said that, the ICC allows till 13th of February for every country to make changes in the team. So this will be a provisional team of 15 that India will announce. So the question that I'm asking in this one is white ball refocus, white ball reboot, whatever you want to call it. Who are the players that India will pick? What is the update on Jasprit Bumrah's injury? Will India get Jasprit Bumrah in the Champions Trophy? Rohit Sharma to captain. Who are the other players who can possibly make an entry into India's white ball team? Will Yashasvi Jaiswal get a look in? Will Nitish Kumar Reddy get a look in as a possible backup? What is the injury update on Kuldeep Yadav? What is the injury update on Mohammad Shami? Because these are the things that the selectors are waiting on, after which they will make the announcement of India's Champions Trophy team. So let us start with the key question, and that is Jasprit Bumrah. By the way, I'll take some questions as well. So if you want to ask some questions, kindly send them to me, and I will try and take as many questions as I possibly can. So if you have your questions, do send them across. I will try and open YouTube on the other phone. Will KL Rahul play the Champions Trophy? Yes, good question. I'll answer that. Let me also just give me a second. I'll open YouTube. Oops. Lights and activities with you. Open YouTube. No, it's okay. I'll just take it out so that I can take the questions also. There you go. Yeah, I've got the thing. Will KL Rahul play in the Champions Trophy? Yes. Yes. As of now, KL Rahul and Rishabh Pant both definitely in the mix for Champions Trophy. Rishabh Pant is also in the mix. So is KL Rahul. KL Rahul is a wicket-keeping option. So is Rishabh Pant. Both of them are in the mix for the Champions Trophy. Plenty of questions have already started to come. Bumrah update? Yes, Bumrah update is what I wanted to start with. Bumrah, as of now, from what we hear, they have not yet finally got the assessment of his injury. But from what we are hearing, he's looking to play that one white ball game against England on the 12th of February in Ahmedabad. And thereafter, whether it is a grade 1 or a grade 2 is what needs to be seen. A grade 1 is 4 weeks, a grade 2 is 6 weeks. Even if it is 6 weeks, Bumrah should be ready for the Champions Trophy. More than that, it is very unlikely. So in all probability, Bumrah will play that one match on the 12th of February in Ahmedabad and thereafter travel with the Indian team to Dubai. The team should leave around the 14th or the 15th of February because India's first game is on the 20th. There is also a possibility, even if it's a grade 2, Bumrah hasn't played after the 5th of January. So even if it's a grade 2, which is expectedly about 6 weeks, so means around the 16th, 17th February, Bumrah will be ready. See, by both assessments, Bumrah should be fit for the Champions Trophy. That's the most important thing, that from what we hear, unless it's completely an assessment which comes is not something expected from every source that we have spoken to, from everything that we know so far, it could just be a grade 1 or a maximum a grade 2, and Bumrah will need between 4 weeks and 6 weeks. So the most prudent, rational, expected option is Bumrah will play the Ahmedabad ODI, the 50-over ODI game against England on the 12th of February, and thereafter be part of the Champions Trophy team that will leave for Dubai on the 14th or the 15th, approximately around the 14th or the 15th of Feb. That's the Bumrah update. So let's also get into the team. Let's also get into the team a little bit. By the way, plenty of questions. Who will be captain for the Champions Trophy? Ruturaj Gaikwad. I don't see Ruturaj Gaikwad in the team, by the way. I don't see Ruturaj Gaikwad. Yes, the openers will be, as of now, from what I'm hearing, the selectors will look at Yashasvi Jaiswal. The openers will be Rohit Sharma 1 and Shubman Gill 2, with Yashasvi Jaiswal as the backup opener for this format for India. So the three openers in the 15 that I'm kind of thinking that selectors might go for, Yashasvi Jaiswal is certainly in their plans. Having played really well in the Australia series, having done well in the T20 format, having done well in the IPL, having done well in domestic cricket in the 50-over format, Yashasvi Jaiswal certainly has pushed his case quite strongly. And the three openers in the 15, one Rohit Sharma captain, two Shubman Gill, and three Yashasvi Jaiswal. Ruturaj Gaikwad, I don't see Ruturaj Gaikwad in India's schema as of now, at least for the Champions Trophy. He's a good player. He's definitely a very good player. And in the white ball format, no question, he's a very good player. But at this point, like I'm saying, Rohit Sharma, captain, and your top opener, Shubman Gill, your number two opener, and of course, Yashasvi Jaiswal has pushed himself in the scheme of things with a series of very strong performances, and I absolutely think it's the right call. So these are the three openers that India will go with. At the number three position, so two out of these three will play. Two out of these three will play. Abhishek Sharma, no, Abhishek Sharma is not in the scheme of things as of now for the Champions Trophy, from what I know. So no Abhishek Sharma. Will Shami be available? That's what I said at the very start. I think you missed. Who is this? Who asked the question? Shami be available? Ashwin. Shami be available? I started with that. That the selectors have not yet announced. Otherwise, the team would have been announced on the 8th or the 9th, which is tomorrow or day after. They're waiting for a couple more days to maybe around the 10th, 11th, 12th to see the injury update for Kuldeep Yadav and the injury update for Mohammad Shami, by which time they will also get a very clear update on Jasprit Bumrah. So let's go the batting order, and then we will obviously take the bowlers as well. Obvious number three is an obvious choice, and that is Virat Kohli. Virat Kohli's problem in Australia has been outside of stump, the fifth stump, the sixth stump, the poke, the dab, and he's getting caught behind the wickets, either second slip or third slip. In white ball cricket, it is a percentage shot. In white ball cricket, that dab or the poke that Virat Kohli is playing will get him one run, because there will not be the second slip or the third slip. At the start of the innings in a 50-over format, maybe the opposition captain might just tempt Virat Kohli with one slip. That's saying, okay, this is a red ball weakness. Can we exploit this? But after 4 or 5 overs, once he sort of get his eye in and all that, I don't see a single fielder there. So this becomes a percentage shot as far as Virat Kohli is concerned in white ball cricket. So number three, Virat Kohli, I absolutely don't think the outside the off-stump problem will rankle him much. He's done very well in the 50-over World Cup, 700 plus runs. In the T20 World Cup, he did not have a good tournament except the final, when he came really good and scored that match-winning 70 plus. But this tournament, 50-over format, Virat Kohli at number three, the outside off-stump problem will not be something that will bother him one bit. So that is a position that is settled. Now, number four, number five, very critical. Will you go with Shreyas Iyer? From what we have seen so far, no reason why not. No reason why not, because in the World Cup of 2023, even in domestic cricket, Shreyas Iyer has played really well. You can possibly go with an Iyer there. So that is a definite possibility. 5 and 6, will India go with Rahul and Pant both? Or will India go with one of them as wicket-keeper batter? Both of them are likely to be in the squad. Definitely, from what I understand, KL Rahul and Rishabh Pant are both likely to be in the Champions Trophy squad, and India will take it from there. Both are really good players. KL Rahul has been in good touch in Australia. Yes, his batting position was messed up, but at least in the first 2 or 3 test matches, KL Rahul looked good, even in Melbourne. Even in Melbourne in the first innings, before he got that peach of Pat Cummins, KL Rahul looked reasonably good to me. So KL Rahul certainly part of the schema. Rishabh Pant, definitely part of the schema. Definitely part of the schema, and one bit of the two, or might, KL Rahul might just play as a batter if Pant as a keeper. So number four, number five, that kind of position, 4 and 5, between Shreyas Iyer, Rishabh Pant, KL Rahul, India has it quite well sorted. Whether they play Pant or Rahul, whether they Pant or Rahul, or whether they play Iyer and one between Pant and Rahul, we have to see. But that's the more or less set formula that India has as of now. Number 6 is given. Hardik Pandya. A lot of people are asking about vice captain. If Jasprit Bumrah is fit, he could well be made the vice captain for this format as well. Possible. Will India go with Hardik Pandya? Maybe not. They might just opt for Jasprit Bumrah. But Jasprit Bumrah will have to be 100% fit, and only then will that happen. Because if he's traveling and there is still a question mark that he might miss the first game, he will play from the Pakistan game. If there is that element of doubt, they will keep that in mind. Number 6, as we all know, is Hardik Pandya. And that's where I think the question becomes significant if Nitish Kumar Reddy gets a look in. And I think he's definitely part of the selectors' schema. From what I've been told, sources say that Nitish Kumar Reddy definitely part of the selectors' mindset at the moment, but as a backup to Hardik Pandya in white ball cricket. Hardik Pandya has been sensational. We have seen that in white ball for a fairly long time. He was brilliant in the World Cup. He was before that injury. I mean, in the T20 World Cup, he was very, very good. So Hardik Pandya for sure. And in domestic cricket also, he's played extremely well. So certainly, that's the team as of now. In the number 6 position, Hardik Pandya is your number 1 choice. Nitish Kumar Reddy will be a backup because India is grooming him. He's definitely part of the red ball schema for England. If he adds about 4 or 5 yards of pace, he will be a handful in England in red ball. But even in white ball, after Hardik Pandya, Nitish Kumar Reddy is certainly a possibility, and the selectors are considering or will consider Nitish Kumar Reddy as a backup option. So that's the kind of thing. Okay, deputy to Rohit Sharma, I've already answered that. That if Jasprit Bumrah is 100% fit, there is a very solid chance that they will go with Jasprit Bumrah. Otherwise, they have the option of someone like a Hardik Pandya or a KL Rahul or a Rishabh Pant. They have an option, but as of now, it is between Jasprit Bumrah and possibly Hardik Pandya. Ruturaj Gaikwad T20. Look, this is a Champions Trophy team that we are talking about among cricket news. We are not talking about T20. This is not the England T20 thing that I'm discussing here. I'm discussing India's provisional squad for the Champions Trophy. And by the way, bilateral T20s in a year which has no World Cup, according to me, has very little significance. India has not lost a bilateral T20 series, but even if you win this one, frankly, in a year where there is no T20 World Cup, T20 matches, bilateral series has very little significance or relatively less significance as far as I'm concerned. Outside off and rising, not on flat wicket. No. Even on flat wicket. Now this is a problem. If it's a full ball to drive on a flat wicket, non-flat wicket, any wicket. Any wicket. The Melbourne wicket is as flat as you can possibly get. The Melbourne wicket had nothing. It was the flattest wicket that you can possibly get. Jasprit Bumrah said the same, and the Sydney wicket was the spiciest wicket. So whether it is a flat wicket or a relatively docile wicket, the problem has crept in. Okay, Ravindra Jadeja be dropped. Ravindra Jadeja is a very good question. Ravindra Jadeja be dropped. Will India opt for Akshar Patel? Will he come into the mix? What about left arm spin? This is something. And by the way, Dubai will help somebody like that. Ravindra Jadeja has been a key cog of that Indian white ball team for a long time. Will the selectors look beyond him? Will the selectors go with Akshar Patel? Will they go with both Akshar and Ravindra Jadeja? They are waiting on the update as far as Kuldeep Yadav is concerned. So that is something that India will wait and see. Will they also go with an off-spinning option? We have to wait and see. But because Dubai will favor the slowish bowlers also, definitely will favor the slowish bowlers. So the selectors will have that in mind. And Ravindra Jadeja with his fielding, will India go in with both Akshar Patel and Ravindra Jadeja in the Champions Trophy provisional squad is a big question mark. Varun, from what I know, there is still could be, and I'm not confirming this. I was actually being told this by Shubhan and Rohit this morning when we were chatting about Varun that he still have an injury issue. If he doesn't, then I definitely see Varun in the squad. But from what I was being told that Varun could just still, if it's not there, if there is no problem with his fitness, definitely Varun Chakravarti, according to me, will be considered to be a part of the squad. Kuldeep Yadav, they are waiting on him. From what I know, Kuldeep is a wicket taker, a top bowler. He will definitely make the team if he's injury free. Have they got a fitness certificate? Is he 100% after that operation? Is he ready to make it back in international cricket? We don't yet know, and maybe the selectors are waiting for the final 48, 72 hours before they name the team because of Mohammad Shami and Kuldeep Yadav. Sanju Samson better than Pant and Rahul. Look, this is one of those perennial debates. That Sanju Samson, has he not been given enough opportunity? South Africa T20s, he was sensational. He got that brilliant 100. He got another one, but also a little bit inconsistent. In the 50-over format, will he be preferred over KL Rahul and Rishabh Pant at this point in time? The answer is no. Maybe not. So Rishabh Pant and KL Rahul has the edge over Sanju Samson at this point in time. Is it fair or unfair? Now, that's a very subjective question and an interesting one. Sanju Samson, if he's given a long rope, we all know how talented he is. In South Africa, in the T20 format, he was sensational. And some of the shots that man plays, Sanju Samson, has been breathtaking. Will they give him an option in another position? Maybe not. So Champions Trophy, as of now, 50 over format. Is he part of the Indian team? No is my answer. But I understand where you guys are coming from when you mention a Sanju Samson. Somebody says Rajat Patidar to call in the T20 format. Look, again, I'm saying this. I'm discussing the provisional Indian team for the Champions Trophy. I'm not discussing the England T20s. In the England T20s, in bilaterals, you try and experiment as much as possible. Because five T20s bilaterals against England, you have tried a lot of people in South Africa. You try again a lot of people here because the World Cup is next year. This is your platform to experiment. So go ahead and try as many players as you want to in the T20 format. Make as much experiments as you can because there is nothing really hinging on this series. So yes, I agree that if you think Rajat Patidar has a future, give him a go. Give everyone a go who you think has a future in the T20 format because the World Cup is still a year away and there is nothing that you need to finalize at this point in time. Sanju's average better, Surajit Ghosh. These are questions, but frankly, KL Rahul, Rishabh Pant, from what I know and from what I understand, have their nose ahead and are ahead of Sanju Samson at this point in time. Abhishek Addi, same. Samju Samson, we have answered. Akshar Patel, definitely. We discussed the whole Akshar Patel, Ravindra Jadeja phenom. We have to see what is going on with Kuldeep Yadav. We've got to see if he is fit. We've got to see if Varun Chakravarti is 100% because Varun Chakravarti has done very, very well. Kuldeep Yadav will make the team, guaranteed make the team if he is 100% fit. Question is, has he recovered fully from that operation? Is he ready to make a comeback into the Indian team? Play the white ball matches against England, get ready with the white ball matches against England, and then go on and do a duty for India in the Champions Trophy. Rohit and Virat will play Ranji. I heard Virat. What is this? Too many questions. Hold on, hold on. Can't follow. Ranji, I heard Virat has gone to London for vacation. No, he hasn't. And whether he has gone or not gone, he has to play red ball cricket. He will be part of the. But look, you have to understand this in two ways. I know Sunny Bhai has said that on the 23rd, Virat should go and play that domestic cricket match against Saurashtra. And there is another Ranji Trophy game on the 30th of Jan. And he should play that. It's a very fair call. Gautam Gambhir is also on record saying both Rohit Sharma and Virat Kohli should play domestic cricket. And I'm 100% in agreement. But the question that I'm asking all of you, if you play red ball cricket now, take that Virat Kohli does play the 23rd match and the 30th match. Does it get him ready for England? It doesn't. Because even if he plays domestic cricket, he tries to get rid of that problem. These two matches, post that, these two matches, he will play that dab all through February in Champions Trophy. He's playing white ball. In March, he will play white ball. He's then playing IPL between March middle and May 25th. So think about it. That shot outside off stump is on. Outside off stump is on for a T20 format, is on for a 50 over format. So even if he plays these two matches for Delhi in the Ranji Trophy, he will continue to play that shot for 3 months between February, March, actually for February, March, April, and May. So what Virat Kohli really needs to do, and in fact, Rohit Sharma, I would say Shubman Gill, I would say all of these batters need to do is the moment the IPL is done or the moment their team is out, because obviously the four teams will make it to the playoffs and thereafter the eliminator. The moment a team is out, the rest of the batters go to England. You've got a good 4.5 weeks there to train. Go and play against any team. Ask ECB, the BCCI can request the ECB. There's great relationship between the BCCI and the ECB to give them a couple of games, to go and train, play intra-squad matches, India A versus England Lions. Get yourself ready for white ball, but that is post the IPL because you are playing so much of white ball that even if you play domestic cricket for this month, nothing really will get you ready for the England series, which has to happen then. But let's refocus on Champions Trophy. Ravindra Jadeja be dropped. I've answered that. I actually also want to see among the faster bowlers, you've got Jasprit Bumrah, who I said the injury update as of now is Jasprit Bumrah should be ready for Champions Trophy. Ashdeep Singh. Ashdeep Singh will be relevant. India wants a left arm. Will Mohammad Shami come into the mix again? Mohammad Shami, they are waiting on his fitness. And by the way, I also think whatever anyone says, after the Australia Border Gavaskar Trophy. Even if Mohammad Shami is fit for 2 to 3 test matches, he should be considered for England. 5 test matches for one fast bowler who is past 34, 35 or 33, 34 is difficult. Mohammad Shami is past 35. And for Mohammad Shami, it might be tough. But Scott Boland played 3 matches and look at the kind of impact he had. So if you have a fit Mohammad Shami, he was outstanding in the World Cup. Get a Mohammad Shami into the mix and then play him at least for 2 or 3 test matches in England. If that means Bumrah gets a bit of a rest, if you alternate because he or one of these two fellows will need workload management, I'm perfectly fine with that. But Mohammad Shami and Kuldeep Yadav are the 2 players the selectors are waiting on as far as the fitness update is concerned. There's a super chat from Dr. Geetika Garg. Rohit sir and Virat should play county and domestic red ball after IPL. Playing now is not a good solution. Loved your coverage, Boria and team. That's exactly the point, Dr. Garg. Exactly the point that if you play couple of red ball matches at the moment, you will once again go back to white ball within what 14 days. You are going to play the England ODIs. By the way, I want to see Rohit and Virat play all the England ODIs. There's no question of rest here, rest there. You cannot just go to the Champions Trophy. Play the ODIs, play the 3 ODIs, and go play the Champions Trophy. So, Dr. Garg, you're absolutely right. You have to play red ball cricket after the IPL. Go play for the India A side. Go play because at that point the county matches will not be on in England. So you'll have to play intra squad, inter squad, maybe a couple of games that the BCCI might request. You might have to play for India A against the England Lions because England's domestic white ball competitions will be on at that point in time. Okay. Any chance of Ishan Kishan? No, I don't think so at all. Siraj to be rested in ODIs? Why? Give him a rest in the T20s and get him back for the ODIs if he's in your scheme of things, but it will also depend on Mohammad Shami. You will have to see where the fitness update is for Mohammad Shami and then take a call on Mohammad Siraj. But give him a rest for the T20s and get him back for the ODIs because you've got a good 2.5, 3 weeks now. The ODIs are going to be on, early February. So you have a plenty of gap at this point in time, at least a 3 week resting period for Mohammad Siraj. Give him a break. If he plays Ranji Trophy, good. If he plays domestic cricket, but Mohammad Siraj, I think, has been overbowled. He's done a lot of international bowling. Mohammad Siraj needs much more mental counseling and mental recalibration than anything else because bursts of great bowling and bursts of rubbish. So that's how Mohammad Siraj was in Australia. Melbourne second innings, fantastic. Sydney first innings, amazing. Sydney second innings, poor. So Mohammad Siraj went from great to poor in a matter of a day. And that is the worrying sign. So Mohammad Siraj, mental conditioning. I really want someone like a Paddy Upton associated with the Indian team. Virat Kohli, he knows. If you look at Virat Kohli after the last dismissal, he's banging his head on his helmet and thigh pad and all that. So he knows he's making a mistake, but he can't control that mistake. And that's a mental thing. When you know something, if I know that I can't jump into the well and I go and jump into the well every time, it's more a mental conditioning thing than a skill set. Yes, it is a technical issue, but it's also in the mind. So that is what Virat Kohli needs to sort. And I'm sure Virat Kohli will sort that, provided there is mental conditioning like a Paddy Upton or a Sandy Gordon or one of those guys, it will certainly help. Sky, no in the 50 over format. I don't see Sky. T20 is brilliant, but in the 50 over Champions Trophy format, I don't see Sky, unfortunately. Proper leg spinner needed in ODIs. We need to play Chahal, use Kulcha as wicket taking option. Yes, but do you see Yuzvendra Chahal in that side at the moment? No, I don't see Yuzvendra Chahal in that side at the moment. Varun Chakravarti, definitely if he is fit, I see Varun Chakravarti making the cut. But I agree with you that wicket-taking options are critical. Even in test match cricket, this whole defensive ploy of playing all-rounders and you did not give them to bowl. You played all-rounders to give Bumrah respite and you did not give Bumrah respite, Tomogno. So that is the problem that we had in Melbourne and Sydney. So I understand where you're coming from, but I also think Varun Chakravarti is a wicket-taking option. Chahal, again, a lot of people, Sahil asking for Chahal, a lot of people are. Is there a chance Chahal or his career is over in India? Look, it is not over for anyone. How many of you thought Varun could make a comeback? After being dropped like that, Varun has made a comeback. A lot of people have made a comeback. To say that someone's career is already over and Chahal is certainly not over the hill. So I don't think that is the case. Rian Parag, I don't see Riyan Parag in the Champions Trophy side. I'm sorry. Definite talent going forward. Certainly T20 side. But I don't see Riyan Parag in the Champions Trophy 15. इंडिया 10 साल से इंग्लैंड से कोई T20 की सीरीज नहीं हारी. अब जीजी को यह रिकॉर्ड तोड़ने की बारी. Yeah, Gautam did not have a good start for sure. Sri Lanka, then New Zealand, and then Sri Lanka ODI series, then New Zealand Test series, then Australia. But Gautam also is a proud man. I mean, he has to man manage better. He did not handle the Rohit Sharma issue to the best of, according to me, that could have been handled better with more respect, more grace, more dignity. But I never doubt Gautam's commitment to a cause or his fight. So I'm sure Gautam is smarting much more than any one of us will understand. Gautam will want to turn it around. Gautam will want to win the Champions Trophy. India has a good side, provided there is a Bumrah and all of these guys are fit. But yes, I know where your smirk is coming from. KL to bench and Pant to play, or KL versus Iyer for number 4 is a good question. Neutral hacks. That's what I said, right? KL, Iyer, Pant. How do you go with it? KL and Pant are both wicket keeping options as well. Sanju's average is 57, should be picked. Pant is 33. Also keep in mind the left arm, the left hand. At this point in time, Shubman Gill, Rohit, both right-handers. Virat Kohli, right-hander. Shreyas Iyer, right-hander. KL Rahul, right-hander. So Rishabh Pant is the only left-hander in the top 6. And that is something that India will certainly keep in mind when they are opting for Rishabh Pant. It is not a call that you go with 6, 7, 8 right-handers. So the fact that Rishabh is a left-hander, the fact that he can score quickly, the fact that he's fit now, I think will go in Rishabh Pant's favor. But I understand the Sanju Samson point. But I do think, I'm repeatedly saying it will be KL Rahul and Rishabh Pant. Can Sundar be in the squad? There is no off spinner in the team, Ashwin. Oh, Ashwin asking this question. How ironic is that? But a good question at that. Sukuna, who's this? 1 second. Sukuna. He's given me a team. Uh, he's given me a team. Too many questions. Tomogno, Shreyas Iyer must in ODI in subcontinental conditions. I agree. He's extremely good. And look at his World Cup. He was superb. He was super. Venkatesh Iyer, no, I don't see Venkatesh Iyer. Venkatesh Iyer has had a good, very good, very, very good domestic season. But do I see him in the Champions Trophy? No, unfortunately, I don't see Venkatesh Iyer in the Champions Trophy. Nitish in Champions Trophy, yes, I do see Nitish Reddy, and from what I've heard, Nitish Reddy is certainly in the schema of the selectors who might just opt for Nitish Reddy as a backup option. Just like Yashasvi Jaiswal might be India's backup opener after Rohit Sharma and Shubman Gill. Drop Siraj, is useless, perform Sri Lanka. Sorry. Siraj has, yes, going through a bit of a bad period, but he's one of your better bowlers. He will be needed in England. Make no mistake, tirelessly. He has to get his problems sorted. But useless, etc., is a harsh call. Ashdeep for Test cricket, I agree with this. Rupesh Ryan, you really need a left arm fast in England, a bowler who can get the banana to come in. Sam Curran won a series against India in 2017-18, if you remember. So if Ashdeep is groomed for red ball cricket, I am all for it. Shreyas Iyer must have taken that. Rupesh, I've taken that. Jaiswal and CT, I said it, Amit. I do think at this point in time, Jaiswal is India's backup option. Outside chance, but definitely in the scheme for selectors. England will boycott Afghanistan match in Champions Trophy. Any updates? We'll find out and let you know more. Rohit Sharma exploited Bumrah, grinded him hard in BGT. Look, India, they were concerned and they were conscious of that. But if you see, Jasprit Bumrah was so miles above everybody that's the obvious option to go to. Even Jasprit Bumrah in Sydney bowled himself in the first innings. And so you cannot just say that Jasprit Bumrah over bowled himself, because he came in to bowl. He bowled 2 spells in the Australian first innings in Sydney, if you think. And I don't think Rohit gave him a second spell as quickly as he did to himself. So this is an unfair comment that Rohit Sharma did this to Jasprit Bumrah. Okay, last minute on the show. थोड़ा Mayank and Umran के बारे में भी बता दो. Mayank, I think, is India's best hit the deck bowler. Generates the maximum amount of bounce. Mayank, because of the injury-prone nature, if he is fit, he can be a real handful. Again, was at the NCA, part of Lucknow. I was speaking to the Lucknow management. They also know that Mayank has this issue. They also know, they have it in their mind that maybe for all the games of the IPL, they will not get Mayank Yadav. So this is one thing that Mayank Yadav has to solve. But a fit Mayank Yadav hit the deck absolutely somebody that India will do, will kind of want in their white ball game. Even in red ball going forward, why not? If someone who is as fast as 155 comes in, that's superb. Okay, folks, 30 minutes. That was what I had promised my producers back home. Uh, I've also got to go from here, from in Sydney. Got a meeting to do. We will be back. We will be back at 12 noon. Trisha and Gargi will be back at 12 noon. I'll also try and see if I can join in, because we have to continue the Champions Trophy discussion. By the way, Malaysia Open has started and Teresa and Gayatri have won their match comfortably. Prannoy is making a comeback. I'm looking forward to that. Lakshya Sen is one I'm looking forward to watching. Satwik Siraj with Tan Kim Har as coach. New start, new reboot. They will play tomorrow. So plenty of sporting action, but the focus will be on Champions Trophy as well. So we will come back at 12 noon, and then obviously at 5, I will take loads more of your questions. For the moment, plenty of questions. Thank you for asking. Thank you for joining me. Appreciate. If you've not subscribed to the channel, kindly subscribe to the channel and ring the notification button and keep watching our coverage for more. Thank you very much. Appreciate you joining.